We always call them the Three Sisters. I don't know if those are the same ones or not, but we have three does that come sneak around at night. When it snows, you can see where they walk, and they walk up to your windows and take a peek around, see what's going on. I look pretty skinny. I got a cat on my belly. That one sees me. That's my backyard. Man, when I lived in Arizona, you'd have to walk 100 miles to see that. So I bought this piece of bed floor. It's like a Chevy truck bed floor material. I want to say it was like 20 bucks. Man, I couldn't believe it. It's actually a pretty big piece of steel. But I knew I'd be doing some repairs in the bed of this van, and what I did was I got this heavy piece of cardboard here. I think it was in a crate motor, like the lifter valley area. But anyway, I went ahead and marked it out with blue tape, and I've got some bend areas in here, like right in here will be a flange bent up. Down here will be bent in for my wheel well connection. But went ahead and marked that out. I'm getting ready to cut it out right now with my Makita. And I kind of laid it out where the ribs are in the relationship to the bed in here, you know. It probably won't be super perfect, but they had big chunks of plywood in here and carpet, like real small nap carpet on the walls, and this back area was set up for birds. See, these things right here had bins in them, net bins where they'd put the birds in, and the dogs would go in the back here. They had a partition wall built in the van with plexiglass where you could see in, but you know, I pulled all that out of there. But when I pulled the floor up is when I found this little nasty surprise underneath the wood. The other side's not so bad, but anyway, I got my template. I marked it out where the ribs are on this panel. It's pretty heavy gauge steel, you know, if anybody's doing bed repairs. It's a pretty cheap way to go for getting you some steel, you know. And that's where I'm at. So I'm gonna start cutting. Real quick, this used to be our barbecue until it finally was toasted, and I took the barbecue off, put a piece of plywood on it. This little piece of shit table has been really helpful, you know? I don't know. Just recycling. Speaking of recycling, this trailer I built, it was like my first welding project, and about everything on this thing just about is recycled in some form. A friend of mine in Tucson gave me a bunch of this red iron here, this angle. It's like 3.5 by 3 angle, 1/4 inch. It's really heavy duty, and he gave me that. The only thing I had to buy was this expanded metal that I made for the treads, and I bought a new axle assembly. I was having a hard time finding. I had a kind of a drop axle, which was pretty cool, but it was really hard to find parts for. Anyway, I was able to get a whole axle for cheaper. And what it used to be is a big old boat trailer. Had a big wooden boat on it, single axle boat trailer, and it's got leaf springs in it. And I built these runners over the top here out of that red iron my friend gave me, and I built these ramps out of some railing from a job that we did. We tore out some railing on a second story area, and it was redone. And basically it's you can see the inside railing, and then that was just pieces from the top rails and bottom rails, and I just made them smaller. And what I did was I took a piece of 1-inch gas pipe, and I bought that stock, and with the 1-inch gas pipe I just made some big ass hinges. And actually I can move one of the ramps over to this hinge, and I can load 4-wheelers, or I can use these 2 small ones for my tiller or a mower. And the 2x6s that I put in the center, again, we pulled out of a commercial job in a big warehouse, and I put Ocon and all kinds of stuff on it, but out here in the east, this water, it just kills that stuff. But like anything, I got a bunch of stuff to do. I was hoping to make a trip with the buggy and my rail and take my wife and hit Hatfield McCoy or something like that. But there's always something that gets in our way, and my buggy needs a clutch and a few other things. So, you know. But for right now, back to the band. Don't fit. Maybe I'll make it fit tomorrow. Alright, dudes, gals, I think I'm done for tonight. I'm getting think I was watching a video and Pete was saying something about getting off your ass and getting shit done and stop watching videos and get out there and start working. So I had to get busy. I started feeling guilty.